Hey, Pablo del Monte here, and I'm going to talk to you today about creating the lead patch for my track Feel What You Want, which is a cover version of a track by Kristine W, which came out in the early 90s. My track came out in 2016 on Maison Records, and I'm going to play you a little bit of the track now before I get into it. There are two main challenges to the track. One was getting the vocal right, and I had to get a vocalist in called Rachel, who goes by the name Restless as well, and she did a brilliant job of covering the original. From a production point of view, it was recreating the lead line that I found a challenge. I'm going to play you the lead line from the original now. Okay, so that would have come from an analog synth, which one I'm not too sure, but there's a lot of warmth in there, a lot of kind of detuning and modulation, and I needed to recreate that. And I'll play you now what I came up with. Not too far away, really, actually. So I created the patch in Massive. I had three oscillators. Oscillator 1 and 2 are solar waves, and they are detuned heavily. So there's 20 cents plus on oscillator 1 and 20 cents minus on oscillator 2. So that's how I created the main part of the detuning. And then I added in a square wave, an octave below, to give a little bit of kind of bottom end and oomph to the lead. And then I put them through a filter, low pass filter, with an envelope on it. So the attack opens up relatively slowly on the filter. So if I add more of that envelope in, it'll become brighter. But I didn't want that. I wanted it to be warmer. So I took the envelope down to about there. And then another thing I did is I put an LFO on oscillator 1 on the wave table, but I put it down at an incredibly low rate. Therefore, I was getting random modulation throughout the track in a way that you couldn't really achieve with automation. And I picked a waveform halfway between noise and a sine wave, just to give kind of subtle modulation throughout the track. Then I added in some chorus, and I used the dimension expander to make it a bit wider. So if I take those two off, and I add them back in, a little bit more detuning and a bit wider, but actually I think now, some months later, I could do that better actually. That's what I came up with at the time. Then in terms of processing, I use a MIDI effect plugin. the envelope section, controlling pitch bend, presumably to add a bit more kind of detuning to the patch. EQ, I rolled off a bit of the low end and I boosted a bit of the high end and cut out a bit of the mid. Then a sidechain compressor, pumping against the kick to give it a bit more groove. Some distortion with the decapitator, without, with, and then a bit more compression just to beef it up a bit. But actually, if I were to do that again today, what I think I would do is I would take off the chorus on massive and I would go for a posher version. So I've got the UAD Roland Boss chorus effect here, which I'm going to use instead. And you're getting much more of an analog feel from that. Compare that to the one on massive. And then for the saturation, I think I would turn off the decapitator and I would go for my new best friend, the Culture Vulture from UAD. And you're getting a much more kind of analog feel from that. Okay, in terms of sound effects, I've got a little bit of hall reverb, a bit of room reverb, and it looks like I've got a parallel chain going to camel fat, which is just adding a bit more distortion and a touch of compression, I think. Yeah. Some delays for later on in the track and a bit of plate reverb. Take them away. Very dry. Actually, I think I prefer it a bit drier. But anyway, that's how I made the lead patch from Feel What You Want. Catch you guys next time.